Welcome back to my channel, my Young and the Restless fans. It's Friday, TGIF. We got the Friday cliffhanger episode to talk about, and I'm telling you, yeah, somebody need to mind their own business, because if this thing blows up, she's going to probably be nowhere to found, and we'll talk about it. But here's some other highlights. We see Victoria and Claire bonding after Claire's nightmare. Ashley is spazzing out. Victor interrogates Cole, and Lauren is trying to tell Nikki to console with Jack over her own husband. So, without any further ado, let's jump into this January 19th Young and the Restless episode. So let's head over to the hospital where Claire is still dealing with the aftermath of a nightmare featuring none other than her Aunt Jordan, who is taunting her about being alike and burned her in her soul forever. Now then, Victoria shows up, comforts Claire, and praises her for facing her aunt, acknowledging the difficulty of the situation. Now Claire is skeptical about the therapy ahead, but Victoria reassures her that they'll take things at her pace and try to rebuild the relationship. In another part of this conversation, Claire is questioning if she can truly be accepted into the Newman family and if she'll be a good daughter. Maybe you want to talk to Adam about that, but of course this is Victoria's daughter, so I don't know if her pathway would be just as hard. Now Victoria emphasizes that time will reveal all answers, and she invites Claire to call anytime. The scene ends with a tearful hug highlighting the potential for healing between the three of them. Let's talk about the other party of the three of them, which is Cole. So over at the Newman Ranch, Cole and Victor is discussing Claire's impact on their lives. Now Victor expresses concerns and questions Cole's intentions with Claire. Now Cole reassures Victor that he plans to take things slow and be a part of his child's life. Let him mind his business, Victor. That's his kid. Now Victor, prioritizing his own daughter's well-being, emphasizes the need to take careful steps. So now we're across town over at Newman Media, where Lauren visits Nikki and immediately tell her friend that she stand by her decision to tell Jack about Nikki falling off the wagon. Now Nikki admits that she was angry. She's furious, but not with her, but with herself for what she's done to her family and friends, talking about how unfair it is. And Lauren was like, don't worry about them. Focus on your energy and your recovery. Nikki knows that she can face this on her own, but Lauren says it's too much of a burden for her. Nikki says that she hasn't taken a drink since Lauren came to the rescue. Lauren's glad, but that war isn't over. She doesn't think that Nikki should rely on Seth, who's been fighting his own battle, when Jack does. Plus, he adores her. Now, Nikki thinks that it could compound other issues leading to another, none other than what I've been saying over the past few recaps, Victor. And listen to what Lauren had to say.
Turning to Jack might compound my issues and lead to another. Victor.
You're the priority here, not Victor's reaction to your choice of sponsor.
I doubt Victor would be very pleased if I turned to Jack of all people.
I know the rivalry is legendary and goes back decades. But at the end of the day, doesn't Victor just want what's best for you?
I think he would rather be the one to fill that place for me if he can.
But he can't. You need a sponsor who understands what you're going through, who's been through it and beaten it. You need a real sponsor, not just love and affection. And you need that person right now. So is your only issue with Jack how Victor's going to respond?
Well, it's a valid concern. Although Jack does understand the loneliness of addiction. He's been part of my life for so long. I mean, he's seen me at my best and my worst, sober and not sober.
And Victor has too. I would let him in as much as you want, but you need a knowledgeable, experienced AA member who is currently sober.
True, but how do I let Jack in instead of my husband?
Exactly, Nikki, which is what I've been saying for the last few recaps. My thing is go have a conversation with Victor about this instead of Lauren. Now, what was interesting is the fact that Nikki decides that she wants to probably start seeing Jack in secret. Now, Lauren did advise against that. I'm like, girl, no, you need to talk to Victor about that. If that comes out that you've been sneaking around with letting Jack help you with this and keeping your husband out of this, he's going to have a huge problem. The other person is going to have a problem with that is Diane, his wife. So, yeah, this is a recipe for disaster if she goes this route. And just like that, just then, who comes walking through the door? None other than Victor appears, happy to see two friends talking. If he only knew what they were talking about. He wants to take them both to lunch, but Lauren now needs to take off for work. So now let's swing over to the Abbott mansion, and where we see Ashley and Jack discussing who? Tucker. Now, Ashley reveals she saw Tucker, who denied getting violent in Paris. Jack advises Ashley to stay away from Tucker and suggests that she just need to let go of the past just for her own peace of mind. But yeah, she thinks she's being gaslighted. She's confused between what's actually reality in this situation. In my opinion, just go pull the footage over at the restaurant. They should have cameras there. You'll get the answers that you need, which probably will go into the week of the 22nd, from what I understand with the spoilers. But I digress. Yeah, but what did she do? She ran off to go find Tucker. And of course, Jack is not happy about it. Well, now we're over at the GCAC, and Billy and Devon are having breakfast discussing work. Tucker shows up, accusing them of teaming up against them. Now the tension rises as Tucker focuses on Glissade, but the men doubt his sincerity. And of course, Tucker was like, I'm not going after Chancellor Winters. That's my son and grandson's legacy. I would never want to take that from him. And he's absolutely correct. I mean, Chancellor was his mother's, of course, company. So why would he disrupt that, Devon? I mean, think about that a little bit. On the flip side, he gave him the cold shoulder. He didn't say nothing while Billy did all the talking. And then guess who shows up? Ashley. Ashley confronted Tucker about the events in Paris. Once again, their conversation kind of turned a little heated, with Tucker accusing Ashley of having commitment issues. Ashley insists on the truth, but Tucker maintains his stance that what they had was real. It didn't happen the way she say it happened down in Paris at the restaurant, and how Ashley chose family over their relationships, and she was still rattled by this. I'm telling you, I hope we get some clarity to this, and I don't think, in my opinion, it's going to go in Ashley's favor. Okay, Miss Busybody, I thought you were headed off for work duties. That's what you told Victor. She went over there to see Jack at his house, talking about how Nikki is starting to come around. And yeah, I mean, Jack, I'm telling you, I think you need to have a conversation with Victor. The three of you, Nikki, and Victor, because if you guys continue to do this, Victor is going to get pissed, and you know this could lead to something else, because Jack and Nikki does have a history. Speaking of Nikki, Victor is glad to have lunch with his beautiful wife over at Society. He said that he's concerned about Victoria. He says since she's going through so much. He tells his wife about his chat with Cole and says that the man was kind of vague about his plans. Victor, no, he wasn't. He said that he's going to actually take it day by day to see how she, meaning his daughter, wants to actually move forward. Even Nikki said and assumes that it depends on Claire's recovery. And of course, Victor's worried that Cole and Victoria is going to fall in love again. Would you stay out of their kids' love life? These folks are overgrown. Finally, over at Crimson Lights, we see Victoria telling Cole how their daughter seems like she finally has hope. She hugged her, according to Victoria, and Cole is so happy to hear that. He was hoping that he could have wished he saw it. Now, Victoria thinks that she's desperate for their love and support. It makes her feel like they'll get their daughter back. Cole tells her about the meeting with Victor, and Victoria, of course, scoffed at how overprotective he is. Now, I gotta say, as much as Victor is a busybody, the choices that Victoria has made in men over these past few years has also affected the business. So I'm wondering if that's part of Victor's concern outside of being concerned for Victoria. Okay, so let's get the conversation started in the comment section. What do you think about Ashley? Hopefully she get the answers that she needs, and I think it's going to come out in the week of the 22nd. What about Victor? He needs to mind his own business and take several seats when it comes to figuring out Cole. And should Lauren take several seats as she's kind of pushing this thing between Nikki and Jack, kind of pushing Victor on the outside? I think you need to involve Victor. Let me know you guys' thoughts. So make sure you stick around for the bold and the beautiful recap. We're going to have a collision course with Luna and RJ and Poppy and Bill as they all meet up over at the beach house trying to get their romance on. That's going to be an interesting and awkward dynamic. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications bell so you'll be notified every time a video is posted. And until the next one, we'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.